Yo, what's poppin', people? Your boy Snacks is back in the building with another banger. You know how we do. Before we get started, we gotta give a shout out to you, the people, for taking the time out to watch this video. But while you're here, do us a solid, click that like button, hit the subscribe button, and do not forget to turn your post notification bell on so you know when we going live or dropping this heat. And y'all know what it was, man. But y'all know what it is before we get started. We do not start a video without giving a shout out to the beautiful CU aunties. So if you see the CU aunties in the chat or in the comment section, make sure you show them some love and also the much needed respect that is due. You know what I'm saying? Don't make us find you in these YouTube streets. You know what it is. And Colorado pulls off the win 31-7 versus the visiting Delaware Fighting Hens. Crazy game, good win. Lots to talk about, but we got all week to do that, so we're not going to stuff it all in one video. But we must celebrate the wins as we always do. So let's get this party started. Coach Prime, get us in here.
Everybody quiet now. Now what?
They said Deion Sanders didn't know what he was doing. His critics, coaches all over the country saying that this was not the right way.
That's what they said. They said it wasn't the right way because the way he started this thing, it wasn't a good way to do. And as we know, Colorado beats Delaware 31-7 with a standout, with a surprise standout player, the one and only, the third-year quarterback that has been at Colorado the entire time, Mr. Ryan Staub, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't know who Ryan Staub is, Ryan Staub only started one other game for Colorado, and that was when Shedeur set out due to injury on the last game of the season in 2023 when they played Utah, in Utah. But Staub had a great game today. Staub showed out today. Each quarterback did their thing. Ryan Staub had 4 drives, 223 yards, scored 21 points. Caden Salter with 4 drives with 145 total yards with a 10-point score. And JuJu Lewis only had 2 drives with 30 yards. But the stats don't tell it all. The stats only tell half the story, which Caden Salter was 13 for 16 with 102 yards, 9 carries also for 25 yards and a touchdown. JuJu Lewis was 2 for 4 on his 2 drives with 8 yards. Ryan Staub came in the game and electrified the fan base, the crowd, and also the bench, going 7 for 10 with 157 yards with 2 touchdowns. And when Ryan Staub came out, it was kind of shaky. And playing a lesser opponent only helped Ryan Staub because his first pass was deflected. His second pass was almost picked. And if there was a better opponent, that second pass was a pick 6. And it's going to the house. And we probably never see Ryan Staub again. But that wasn't the case. Ryan Staub stepped back and did his thing, delivering a wonderful, wonderful pass to Sincere Brown for a touchdown. His first pass came to the running back out of the backfield. Everybody went vertical. The running back was the outlet, and he hits track hawk across the middle, and he scores because that was his check down because everybody else was covered. But his pass to Sincere Brown on the touchdown, which was a 71-yard touchdown pass, the reason Ryan Staub is not the starting quarterback because that pass was short. When you're throwing from the opposite hash mark across the field, up the field about 40 yards, Sincere Brown had to stop and make that catch. Any other team, that's a pick going the other way, or at least ball batted down. When your player is running free, wide open, and he has to stop to catch the ball, it says a lot about the arm strength of the quarterback or the misjudgment of the pass. But either way it goes, Sincere had to stop. But Ryan Staub gave his thoughts and what made him call that play for Sincere Brown.
Those plays, he wasn't supposed to run a go, and I told him to run a go on both of those. So if they press Sincere, it's going up. Yeah.
Yeah, you press Sincere, it should go up. Sincere's 6'5". He runs a 4.3 40. Like I was calling, if you were in my live stream this whole game, I'm telling these plays need to be vertical. You have two 6'4", 6'5" receivers on both sides of the field. There's no way you should be throwing short passes. There should be passes across the middle. But I am underwhelmed by the play calling from Pat Shermer. Pat Shermer did not, once again, call a good game. It wasn't helped by the lack of decision-making from one Caden Salter when he was in the field. Caden Salter did not make the correct decisions. Once again, I think he's in his own head, second-guessing himself. He's doing too much thinking instead of just playing instinctive football, doing what he does naturally, which is when you see grass, run. And there were, once again, as it was last week, a few times when Caden Salter did not run the football when there were 30, 40 yards of open grass in front of him. And those are the things that should be done. Those are the things that he does naturally, and he didn't do it. But Coach Prime was asked about the quarterback decisions that he made and why did you go with three quarterbacks and what made you do that?
Coach.
How you doing?
Good. Nikki Edwards, Yahoo Sports. How did you decide upon today's quarterback rotation?
I decided that 2 days ago, and I prayed a lot about it, and I wanted it to tell its own story. Instead of me telling the story, I wanted it to tell its own story. So the plan was each quarterback was going to get 2 series apiece, and that's what they did, and somebody was going to come out of the pack. And then once Staub, I think Staub got 4 because he was consistent, then I wanted to give the other guys another opportunity. So that's what we did. We went back to the start, and that's how it kind of played out. But I'm proud of all of them, I really am.
All right, as you should be. But those bubble screens, they have to stop. Those bubble screens have to go away. Those passes straight out to the side, they have to stop. Pat Sherman's only allowed to call 3 of those a game. No more, and that's it. Because last year you had receivers that knew how to block on that play, and they were blocked very, very well. You had receivers that was blocking and pushing players out. This year you don't have that. And you have to play to your strengths. And that is not one of your strengths. Your strengths are downfield, where you have the bigger receivers and the more athletic players than everyone else. And like Prime said, I don't care about 4 or 5 stars. I don't care about give me the man that's going to make the play. And Pat Shermer is not the man that's making the play. Either this offense has to be revamped, he has to call better plays, or he has to go to the bench. Because Pat Shermer is also not helping his offense.
Coach.
How you doing?
Good. Nikki Edwards, Yahoo Sports. How did you decide upon today's quarterback?
You just saluted Staub for hanging with it when maybe he could have looked elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
In this era of college football where you have the portal and you have NIL, does it change the way you manage and play quarterbacks, or do you just go straight on what you see at practice on the field?
Well, I don't play on stars. I don't give a darn about a 4 or 5 or 6. You're happy to attain those guys, but those guys ain't free, they cost, okay? And when you have a guy that works their butt off like a Charlie or Ben that was a walk-on that earned it, you reward them. Or Staub that worked his butt off and understand who we are, what we want from that position, he earned it. So you want to reward them with an opportunity. I think that strengthens your team, that strengthens who that you say that you are with the coaching staff. And other guys from around the country say, oh my God, they played the guy that was on the third string quarterback. And guess what? He balled out so much the whole student section was chanting his name. Stop that. Like I said, you got to be kidding me. Stop that chanting your darn name back there. So that's a blessing for me because I really take a liking to those young men. Like I'm the guy, I cried when I saw the movie Rudy. I did. Okay, that's just who I am. I got that kind of heart. And those type of guys who didn't really get opportunities or what they should, those have always been my guys when I played college football, when I played in the pros, and even in life now. So that means a lot to me, man, to see that kid stick around and get an opportunity when he could have easily dipped. Easily. And he had reason. And I would have helped him. I would have made calls for him because he's that kind of guy.
And that is correct. Staub is that good. And we said it last year. We've said it a few times. Ryan Staub is a wonderful player. He played for a couple of years backing up Shedeur, making sure that no one else was able to get the position that he was in. And he's been there holding it down. But the Buffaloes made some good plays tonight. They had Big Ben and Jeremiah Brown stop that long touchdown run and Big Ben to force a fumble on the guy. You know, being finished up with the forced fumble. And then JB with the fumble recovery. But what you should have done was not even let that play come to that. There's a lot of bad tackling tonight. Simeon Price with the acrobatic spin, jump, pirouette over the tackler. And Simeon Price has been doing a lot of that. We also had the block punt by Mr. McPherson, who is a freshman standout and who also is one of the good freshman defensive ends, quality rush guy that they have on the team. And there were a lot of mistakes made last night. There were a lot of mistakes made in the play calling, along with Caden Salter decision making while being head quarterback, running the team and moving the ball downfield. There should have been a lot more points on the board. I don't know what the play calling was when JuJu was on the field. They were all side passes. The one pass he's on the slant to Cornell X Farrakhan Jr. was kind of high, but it touched both his hands. Got to catch it, you know. And if JuJu places that ball right, Farrakhan might still be running down I-35, scoring touchdowns again. But it is what it is. All in all, it's a good game. People are losing their minds and wondering what's next. Who's going to be quarterbacking for Houston? Who cares? Right now, you celebrate the win. Just so you know, Caden Salter is starting for Houston.
We're trying to fix what was broken last week, and we're on to this week. We're not there last week. We're past that. We just got to go out there and do what we're capable of doing. We're prepared to have no opportunity for fear. That's how you bounce back from adversity.
This will be Colorado's second home game of the year, and I'm telling you, they need a big-time win.
This is a football game you've got to win convincingly, and I think they will. There has been a little bit more of kind of that edge within this program.
This is kickoff week from beautiful Boulder, Colorado. You got to give this crowd so much credit here at Folsom Stadium.
I don't need nobody nobody scared. I don't leave nobody afraid. Nobody timid. Be that dude. Everybody want to be him. It's time to be him because we belong.
And that's CU football, because they do belong. And there are a lot of things that have to be fixed. But to wrap this up, Prime took the final interview with his quarterback, Ryan Staub.
See out of this guy who came in just before the half. And
Martin Luther Staub has entered the chat and thrown the Buff Nation into a frenzy. Now, we understand seeing what you see and wanting what you seem to be the new thing, but that's not always the case, because Caden Salter, despite not throwing the ball downfield, still played a relatively good game. And half of his playing poorly, I blame the play calling, and half of it is his fault because he doesn't do what he does best. He's still in his own head and he has to get out of his own way. Caden Salter is a quality quarterback who can make all the plays. We don't know if Pat Shermer trusts him to do that, or we don't think Pat Shermer knows him well enough to do that. We know he knows Ryan Staub. Ryan Staub has been in this program for 3 years. But if that is your quarterback, if that is your starting quarterback, Pat Shermer is going to have to open that playbook up, because right now that playbook is closed. And nobody, I mean nobody, is worse for wear in seeing what they are doing with these guys playing ball. Pat Shermer is going to have to do a whole lot better in calling plays, because right now, those little bubble screens and those passes out to the flat, that's not getting it. You need more slants, you need more digs, you need more curls, you need more go routes. Hell, you need more 9 routes, 8 routes, 7 routes. You need all of those in conjunction with you, what all the other things you're doing. Pat Shermer has to be better, because right now this offense looks limited when Caden Salter is in the game. Julian Lewis did not get a fair enough chance to do his thing in the ball game. The play calling switched up, and for Ryan Staub to be able to change that play and tell Sincere Brown, hey, if they're pressing you, you go. It's a go route for you. Don't even worry about it. But you have to be able to trust Caden Salter to do that thing. Caden Salter starts next week, people. So don't get it twisted. But we're going to get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for watching the video and all the things. Congratulations to Coach Prime and the CU Buffs for doing their thing. We're going to lick off shots. You know what I'm saying? We licking off shots. We licking off shots. Matter of fact, just let them ring out. But y'all make sure y'all do your boy solid. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. And please don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. Turn your post notification bell on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm out of here, man. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace out.